welcome to Final Destination 4 Watch Party, or sorry, The Final Destination, because apparently they really thought they were going to end the horror franchise on the fourth movie. Yeah, we all believe that. Especially when the movie made like more money than Halloween 2 that weekend. Yeah, we all believe that was going to be called the final one. Yeah, we all believe it. Cut to 2 years later, they make the Final Destination 5, which basically that means that makes them liars.
Yep.
Makes them liars. First up, we have a guy who literally will one day lead nations. Okay, this guy will one day is literally the coolest dude I ever met. This guy I respect. I think he's amazing. He's funny, talented. This guy literally is insightful. It has a story for everything. Blacktastic Media, man.
Oh. Thank you.
How are you doing tonight?
Making me blush. I'm turning burgundy.
How you doing tonight, man?
Excellent, man. Friday. It was a long work week, but perfect way to kick off the weekend, hanging out with the homies, watching a terrible movie.
That's a good answer.
Next up.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Next up is a guy who I consider a dear friend, who I literally text with a lot, and who literally, I know if I ever get into a street fight, got my back. Matt Wyatt, everyone. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, getting into the worst of the franchise. And yeah, it is called the Final Destination. But if you go to HBO Max right now, it says The Final Destination 4.
Yeah.
That's what it literally does.
They rebranded afterwards because they realized that they're just liars.
Yep.
Yeah. She's like, you liar. Well, they're more liar for the fifth movie. If you know, you know.
Next up is a guy who's last, but certainly not least, a guy who literally looks like Randall from Recess. Ryan Cam, everyone.
I'm going to report you to the teacher.
It's
been a minute since I've seen Recess, so the teacher's name forgets me. Sorry. But no, it's great to be here. This movie's terrible, but it's going to be so much fun to watch it with you guys, and ultimately that's what matters.
Which, here's a little background information. Man, I need to get the clip for you, Brian, from Jacob Martin. I need to get the clip from Jacob Martin of him saying background information. But no, because that's such a fun. I love that when he plays that. Where basically, yeah, this movie was shot in 3D because after Avatar had come out the following year, every movie decided, hey, let's make 3D. That's how we make a profit. Because story doesn't matter, just 3D. So, of course, this movie said, you know what? We only have like a cheap budget. Why don't we go to shoot in New Orleans because it's cheaper, and instead of Canada, and we can basically shoot everything in 3D and just CGI all the deaths and stuff to make it look. And, of course, that worked out well. I mean, it worked out, I will say. That movie made a lot of money that weekend. So, yeah.
I'll give them credit where credit's due.
It worked out well for them. I mean, I'm sure they were like crying all the way to the bank, you know, like, oh, you know, what's that meme of the guy with the $100 bill going,
I mean, the funny thing is that was my first 3D experience to see it in the theater was the Final Destination. Oh. No bullshit. I'm not joking, because this movie like came out in the summer of 2009 and Avatar came out at the end of the year. So yeah, at the time when I watched this in the 3D version, I'll admit I was blown away by it. But then looking back on years later about this movie, it got worse and worse. It was a terrible film and did not quite hold up. And they brought back the same director that made Final Destination 2 to direct this film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found out about it. I was like, wait, how did this go from a good, solid fun, even though it's a dumb, fun movie, to a garbage? Look, it was a cheap budget from a sci-fi channel.
Because they were spending all their money on the 3D, and
I know they were over. I know that was rhetorical, but the thing is that they spend on the 3D like you said, and it was just more of it became a trend after the Avatar success, and it just like, hey, let's just throw a bunch of fucking 3D, even though it's not filmed in 3D, it's just converted, and it became more of like a marketing scheme.
Clash of the Titans, the 2010.
I saw that in 3D. I saw the Green Lantern in 3D.
My first 3D experience was Spy Kids 3D Game Over.
Oh my god, I remember that.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that in the theater. I remember
Good.
when I got Spy Kids in 3D. They had the 3D glasses that you get it on DVD, and that's when I watched it. It was like a blue, red, white, and blue is what Jake has.
You have been
Shark Boy
spared
Lava.
the visual of Taylor Lautner with gills and George Lopez looking like MODOK from Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. You should consider yourself blessed.
I feel like that Marvel took notes from Shark Boy and Lava Girl, from a George Lopez villain, from the MODOK that looks like from Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which made a meme out of it.
And somehow the Robert Rodriguez movie that he made for like I'm sure it made like half of what like Quantumania's budget. That somehow looks even better than MODOK. I don't know how that works, but it does.
They should have left this mask on, and that would have looked better.
Yeah, I mean, the first shot is at his MODOK's ass, and I'm just like, well, you know what? Yeah, that's not
like how do we get to this place?
Like, it's like, why am I seeing a CGI creature's ass? Like, I don't want to see that. Like, that, it's like any movie that starts out like Batman. Take a note from Batman and Robin. If your first shot is an ass shot, you know your movie's in trouble.
Take a shot of that. Just take a shot of a butt shot in Batman and Robin. You'll probably be on the floor.
So this movie is directed by David R. Elias, who directed The Final Edition 2, and a movie I really love, Snakes on a Plane.
Hey, guilty pleasure.
It is a fun movie. I mean, it's
one of the most memorable quotes that Sam Jackson had in that movie.
Yeah, which here's a fun note. Out of all the Final Destination movies, all of them are shot in Canada except for this one, which was shot in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. This is the only one that wasn't shot in Canada. Like, everyone else is shot in Canada. And I'm like, this is the only Final Destination production in America.
Damn.
Yeah, the very first one.
Yeah, which, you know what, I am so glad that I'm so glad that this movie was shot in America, because it just makes us really feel great. It's like, oh yeah, the worst movie was shot in the United States. The worst, all the good ones were shot overseas, but not overseas, but like still in another country. I'm just like, you're just like, it just really irks me. It's like, oh yeah, all the Canadian ones are good, but then all the American one is bad. The only American one is terrible.
That's why you should just move to Canada. Then they'll make everything better.
The only reason they probably shot here is because NASCAR probably doesn't exist in Canada, so they were just like,
oh yeah, that explains
that makes sense.
It. They're like, yeah. And here's the thing: the movie takes place in New Orleans too. The movie does take place in Louisiana as well, but yet the NASCAR racing stuff was shot in Alabama.
I mean,
you're telling me the whole entire movie was meant to be shot in Louisiana, but you had to shoot in another state because you couldn't get a good race car? The NASCAR's just like
bad.
Which,
the whole premise is just bad. I remember when the trailer came out, and the funny thing is, this is the only one out of all 6 I did not see in theaters. Matter of fact, I just seen it for the first time 2 weeks ago. Ramping up for the new one.
Yeah.
So I have HBO Max. I watched it for the first time. Oh my God, it was bad. But I remember the trailer years ago, the premise of the race car tracks. I'm like, that's not very good. This don't seem like it. And the whole gimmick of 3D, it's the only one I skipped out on. And I'm glad I did. It's bad.
I don't blame you.
I
mean, I'll admit, I thought the trailer looked better than the movie. I'll watch that on loop over this shit.
And
let's admit, we love watching all of them die in the mall scene. The mall scene was fucking chaotic to watch.
The ending was shot too. They reshot the ending as well. The ending originally was so much more dumber to where I'm like, that's just so.
Oh, really?
Oh, we'll talk about the ending when we get there.
Oh, it was dumb. I might even have to pull that up and share it.
Did you know that for Final Destination Bloodlines, they went back and shot in Vancouver this time around for the first time in a long time?
All the movies are shot in Canada, bro, except for the 4th one. They shot 5 on in Canada. They shot 1, 2.
Oh, they did. Oh, yeah, you're right.
The only movie that's not shot in Canada is 4, and that says something.
Hey, at least they were more accurate to their location that they're in when they were filming this movie.
I used to tell
the
people,
stories
I'm not
taking
scared
place.
of Final Destination because I'm not Canadian. I was like, I'm not Canadian, so I'm not scared.
If you see a truck full of logs, avoid it. Just take a different lane.
If I go to Canada, I will be, but I'm not going to Canada, so I'm good.
I still can't get over the notion the guy that directed part 2 did this one.
Yes.
Yeah,
David
no
R.
bullshit.
Lyons. Yeah, he directed. Yeah.
I mean, the way it's edited and everything, it's like I would have never known that.
You want me to compare this to other movies if it sounds familiar? Joel Schumacher, Batman Forever. It's a decent movie. Then he did Batman and Robin, commercial movie, which is exactly what this fucking thing is.
Well, there were
Final Destination 2 is Batman Forever, and this one is more like Batman and Robin.
God, it's bad.
I will say, I think one thing also, the dude died weirdly too. David R. Lyons died like in a hotel room, and apparently he was like strangled to death or something like that. Like he had a weird death. Like some people are like speculating, was he like in a gambling debt or something? Or like, there was just some kind of weird death, like because he was shooting.
You said he got strangled in the bathroom.
Yes, they said like yeah.
This feels like a familiar death from Final Destination 1 where Todd got strangled in the bathtub.
Like,
this feels so familiar. I feel like death was after him. It's like, hey, you made a shitty movie. Now I'm coming after you. Yeah. I don't mean to sound like an asshole here.
I mean, I could have got that wrong, but like he did die like during.
I mean, we don't know.
With Sam Jackson too, ironically.
Damn.
He was shooting a movie called Kite, like it's an anime movie called Kite with Sam Jackson, and like he died during the production of the movie, and so people were like, it was a weird surrounding too. They were overseas shooting the movie, and Sam Jackson goes, yeah. All of a sudden, this dude just dies, and so I think that was,
Wow.
But
I did not know about this story.
Yeah, Kevin Smith told a great story about him, saying he was the second unit on Cop Out, and he did all the action scenes in Cop Out. And he says the dude was literally the most pleasant human being he's ever met. He says, wow. And he says he asked me like he asked my assistant, what is Kevin like? And like he likes weed, and so basically he gave me like a joint. Like a glass, like almost like Jurassic Park, where the mosquito, it's a joint that's engraved into like a stone, and it had like his name on it engraved. It says, for letting him come play in his world, for letting him play in Cop Out world. So he's like, and I'm like, that was so nice of him. He was a nice guy, and I'm just like, I wouldn't, Kevin, I understand he's a nice guy, but I would not tell people you can't direct action. I would not have said that. Like I would just, I mean, I understand you're trying to hype the guy up, but now people are looking at you like. I'm like, well, you didn't direct any of the action in that movie. I was like, oh man. But are we ready to push play on this movie? And we're gonna have fun, okay? All right. When I say go, we're going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Look, the 3D. Look, it's even in the logo. Look, it's in 3D.
In 3D.
Can you imagine in 2009, when My Bloody Valentine came out, it was in 3D. Can you imagine like you had to have the little red and blue, like the 3D glasses that I have?
I had the red and blue 3D glasses for Spy Kids 3D, and that was the first time I watched it at home.
Taken. I like the song at the beginning.
Just play Shinedown. Just play the Shinedown song.
I will say my issue is it just starts out on the accident. Like it does not pick up. It doesn't like build up to the accident like in the other movies. They're like even 03 they're already at the theme park, but there's a build up to like them going on the roller coaster. Yeah. This one there is no build up. They're at the death. They're at their death. It's like they're not.
They didn't set it up very well with these characters. They just jump you right into the middle of it. In the lyrics of the song for Devour, it's literally like acknowledge of showing signs of you're in their final hour. That's a foreshadowing.
I will say I do like the guy who plays the douchey guy with the coin.
Oh, Nick Zano.
Like him, what's his name? Nick Zano. Yeah, I like him as an actor. Like,
he looks like a Brad Pitt's brother. If you really think about it,
he was in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, right? He does.
Yeah, he was.
I'll also get some comments real quick. We got Byron Reaver is in the house. What up, Byron?
What up, man?
Hey, Byron.
Jeannie is in the house. What up, Jeannie?
Hey, Jeannie.
Hello, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you right now. Never ever buy food at a NASCAR event. It's overpriced and it's not even that good.
Well, I bet.
Most sporting events like football, baseball, all that stuff. All of them are expensive to get food.
I would just wait until afterwards and get something to eat after.
As someone who helped sell merchandise during the Daytona 500 a few years back, I can confirm it is.
The mechanic dude's girlfriend. He looks like she was so young. He looks like he's old enough to be her father in this movie. Like, what the hell?
I'm not gonna lie, the binoculars as the flask is $1 million idea.
Oh yeah, and the redhead for the main character's girlfriend, she was in the Flash season 2.
And I wonder how much Pepsi paid for that sponsorship there.
Oh yeah.
Why not just take your hat off, bro?
Yeah, it's super easy.
Again, I stole that from
There's literally no sun at them. There's no sun shining on them, so you might as well take your cowboy hat off, bro.
It's almost perfect, except the fact that it's not 100 degrees and you can't fry an egg on the sidewalk. That's the only thing that's missing from this. I've been to a lot of
there's the MILF putting tampon in her kids' ears.
That's a waste of tampons too. I mean,
that's a lot of tampons for a woman.
It's only like what, 4? Do you know
there's the racist couple?
Do you know that guy's just credited as in the credits as just racist guy?
We were just rooting for these fuckers to die so quickly. It's like, yeah, they're gonna die
in this movie. I'm just like, really? The guy's like, they say his name in the movie.
Was satisfactory, though. It was funny.
Death made the right choice.
Stunning and brave.
By the way, there are 2 racist characters in this movie. There's this guy, and then there's
there's actually 3. No, there's actually 3 racist characters. The couple, which is the 2 of them, then the old man in the 3rd act.
It's like they wrote the racist joke, and people like the test audience were like, the racist guy was so funny. His death was so funny. You know what? They want more racism, guys. Let's do another reshoot and add the old man being racist too. I don't know why. Because people would think that's. I'm just like, what? Makes no sense either. It makes the guy's name part of the plot.
Great job. Great job, buddy. You whistled Dixie. If only you were at Antietam.
Yeah, no one can see this.
It's like it's so like they're like, well, it is Louisiana, guys. I'm like,
that's true.
I can confirm, as someone who nearly got crushed by a race car because of the fence being there, that's not going to save you.
180.
True story.
If I sit next to that section called 180, I'm dipping the fuck out of there.
The producer, I was listening to him talk about death, and he said that they'll never do a cruise ship because he said that they don't want to make a death. It's like everything you go to every day. Like, a death, the big death is supposed to be something you do every day, like go on a plane or ride down the road. And he goes, we don't want to make it where you have to get a travel agent to die. And I'm just thinking, how many people go to NASCAR events? Have any of you 3 been into a NASCAR event besides Ryan? Like, I'm just saying, I mean, like, do you plan on going to a NASCAR event? I mean, really, is that something like this? Like, well, I was going to go to a NASCAR event, but then I saw, I'm like, plus it's like expensive.
Clearly the man wearing the yellow Life's a Bitch Any Question shirt is a big fan of the rapper Nas.
It was a tap out shirt before tap out was a thing.
That would be penalty right there. Like that, the screwdriver in the pipe. That'd be a 2 laps down for that guy. I watch
idiot left the
NASCAR.
screwdriver.
That's why I know this. Oh,
there it
goes. Be a
goes.
lap down for things like that. Whoa, 3D. Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
That's a little bit of a far reach to have that tires just coming straight at your face.
Well,
he went a little extreme on the body count.
Oh,
the foreshadowings.
Mm-hmm. Better watch your step, pal.
Oh,
there you go. Like none of these characters
Couldn't
were
have
any
happened
remotely
tonight,
likable, and you're all rooting for them to die. Like we're rooting for
It's just
death.
funny that the guy gets his kids out but leaves his wife there. I just think that's funny.
Yeah, I just left his wife there.
Oh, the end.
That is the most fakest one where it's like,
Because that was made for 3D. Because that shit was all that was made for the 3D, and that's why it looks so fake when you watch it in 2D mode. Just coming right, just that wood just coming straight at your face at the screen. I remember seeing this in 3D. I was like, whoa! I was like, whoa!
Friday the 13th, Part 3 would never.
There goes the cowboy guy.
Yeah.
I will say when the guy hits the concrete, I thought that was cool. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
It's quite literally raining men.
There comes the debris falling on top of him. Bye bye, Brad Pitt. You're not going to be in the F1 movie.
More like Bird Pat.
Trippy.
Oh.
Yeah, that was definitely for the 3D when I saw this, and it was in your face.
Yeah.
I'm being seen and heard okay, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just after Final Destination 2, I'm just making sure that doesn't happen again.
I will admit, his response to that for the tampon, that was pretty funny.
This is your cue to skidoo, sir.
Dude, I remember that the actor who played the security guard. I remember him from Free Willy 1 and 2.
What about Forrest Gump?
Oh yeah, he was in Forrest. Yeah, he was in Forrest Gump.
Yep. Bubble Gump.
You got your fried shrimp. You got your grilled shrimp.
Shrimp soup. Shrimp stew. Oh.
That's all I have to say about that.
What did he throw at him?
Well, he was being too much of a dick. He looked like he was ready to fight him. It's like, just let him go.
But we never see the couple.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how convenient that tire flies all the way side of the fucking the track and gets the same person.
Yeah.
Twice did that happen.
Why do I get the feeling this montage of all of the past deaths is going to be the best part of this movie?
Dude, this opening sequence of that X-ray body count, that was literally taken from Mortal Kombat X. The whole fatality X-ray.
And they said that the producer said the reason why the ending, that when they reshot the ending, they didn't have the budget. The reason why the ending is all done in 3D at the end, the X-rays thing, because they said they didn't have no more money, and so they just said that, well, we did this cool opening credits that the test audiences liked, so let's just do that for the ending as well. And because they didn't have no more money, so they just did that. Wow. And I was like, wow, that explains a lot, because people are like, the ending, you never get to see the ending. It's just all done in X-ray form. You're like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mortal Kombat got that from the opening Final Destination. Like, hey, let's do the fucking X-ray fatality style.
Hell no.
I mean, you can't say it wasn't effective. Oh, there's Walter Hamada.
They're using all the fucking footage of the body count from other Final Destination movies.
Also, this is co-written by one of the writers from Final Destination 2 as well.
Makes sense.
I'm not gonna lie, I laugh so hard whenever the bus hits the credits that's directed by. I was like, that's so dumb. So yeah, so the first time I saw this movie, we rented it from a mom and pop video store. We rented this and The Hangover and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And I just remember we weren't allowed to watch this. Me and my dad weren't allowed to watch this until after we watched my sister's movie, and we watched which is Hangover, and then we watched my dad's movie. My sister's movie was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. My dad's was The Hangover, and then mine was Final Destination. And so we watched Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, then we watched The Hangover. The Hangover, we were allowed to watch The Hangover, but not Final Destination.
Hey, they made the right choice.
Like after the room cleared out, that's when I was able to watch.
I hope I won't give a ton of context away by saying this, but Final Destination movies and coins, like, that's just a very disturbing coincidence.
Damn, the dude with the guy with the lucky coin. Like what are you, fucking Harvey Dent?
Have you all seen the new one, by the way? Have y'all seen Bloodline, right?
Yeah, I've seen Bloodlines.
Okay. Yeah, we're talking.
I saw it on IMAX, and I thought that was a really good experience, especially when they changed the aspect ratio. It was literally like a visual choice of letting you know that death is coming.
At my Cinemark, they were selling coin pennies, and I'm just like, at first I'm like, that's so stupid. Why are you selling pennies? I understood why now, but like now, after the news that came out, where they're discontinuing making pennies, I'm like, man, I should have bought at least 12 of those pennies. I should have bought 12 of those.
This dude with the coin legit looks like a squished Jensen Ankles. Think about it. Like really look at him.
Yeah.
I agree.
But dude, the Final Destination Bloodline, the penny sequences, it was the whole MacGuffin of the whole movie, which it was pretty much taking notes from SpongeBob SquarePants episode. Even the body count in this SpongeBob SquarePants episode, they're all getting died, but they survive it.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to be a jerk or anything, but they couldn't have picked a better photo for the kid than him blowing a bubble. Like, surely they had a better picture than that.
That's a poor taste.
Every movie has a memorial scene.
Yep.
That is true, yeah.
It's literally every movie.
Yeah.
Except for Bloodlines. That was not the memorial. It was more of the funeral. Twice.
Yeah.
And every time there's a second funeral, I swear to God, the audience were fucking laughing. They were laughing. The next person dies. Funeral next. And they were all cracking up. They did not care.
Damn. Superman's tracking for 155.
Yeah, I know. I shared it in a DM. Yeah, they are tracking.
Crazy.
Yeah, if the movie is ended up really good, this could potentially make $1 billion. They'll definitely take the
families to this movie. It's gonna make $1 billion. There's no doubt.
Yeah, especially this is a movie that you can definitely take the family to see.
Definitely.
Blacktastic said he's gonna watch it day one. He'll be there Thursday.
Oh man.
And people who are dog,
love Superman.
they will love Crypto. Crypto will definitely steal the spotlight.
Yeah, if you're a dog owner, yeah, and got kids.
Yeah. And we know how much James Gunn loves to handle these animal characters.
All the Funko Pops are out. All the marketing. It's incredible.
At my local Walmart, I've been searching for Ultraman. All my Walmart is sold out of all the Superman merch. Everywhere. Like all the toys.
That's fast, huh?
Yes. I'm like, what's my Walmart?
Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen is fucking advertisement. How would you want to bet that they're going to have Dairy Queen in the movie as a product placement? They did that in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Dairy Queen was the plot device. And if you watch it, it's literally in your face right there. It kind of reminded me. It reminded me of the product placement
from
from Power Rangers that 2017.
It's crazy. It's like you're thinking. I mean, imagine, that's I hate going on Twitter. I don't go on Twitter because of stupid people where they're like.
No, you go on Twitter to watch the trolls talking shit about the movie.
I go on Twitter sometimes. I went on Twitter yesterday to find McFarlane Jaws merch, and all I was saying is like, apparently people are perverts on Twitter, because I typed in the word Jaws and it's just some dude getting blown. That's the first thing.
They're like, hey, what do you mean?
It's like,
well, that's why they're called. Why? What do you think it's called X? There's a reason for that.
wait. First result right here. First result. I'm not showing this to the audience. I'll show it to you. First result.
This guy.
Just look for Jaws McFarlane's coming out with a Jaws poster. First result, guys. Check on the message. Look on Messenger. That's what I was saying. That was the first result. The first result that come up.
Dang.
That was the first result when I'm like typed in Jaws on Twitter.
You kind of thought you meant the other thing.
Did you know that the book he's reading is an Alcoholics Anonymous book?
Yep.
Yep.
It literally says it too. Yeah, kind of funny that the racist guy is the first one to go, and we're all like, yes, please kill him. Kill him.
I'm like, at least he's not the main villain at the end. Like, he's not going out there. I mean, like, I would have been so... It would have made me so much worse if it's just the racist guy. Just the one going like, I'm going to kill.
I mean,
you,
if you really think about it, the
man.
human characters are more like the main villain, and Death is more like the protagonist, and we're all rooting for him more.
Well, you know what? The one thing we could say is Death. Death is not racist. Death's like, guys, I got this. Okay,
I got this. Hold my beer.
I kill people equally. I don't kill people. I don't discriminate.
When you see a racist character, like he's gonna go, Death is like, hold my beer.
In the first movie, it killed children, disabled people. Remember?
Yeah.
In that plane.
That's true.
Yeah.
Death don't care.
He don't care.
This dude is carrying a cross.
Yeah, he's trying to
What
do the
year
burning cross in
does
the
this
guy's
man
front
think
yard.
it is?
Apparently, this dude watched Mississippi Burning too many times.
That's so fucking true.
Burn.
He watched that film so many times. It's like, fuck it.
I rewind this part like 3 times. This death is hilarious.
It is a funny.
It's funny as shit.
And also, it pays homage to the ending of Final Destination 2, where the kid's arm gets blown off.
Kind of funny that he's playing Why Can't We Be Friends? It's like, hey, can we all just get along?
That's why Death has a sense of
Go
humor.
the Ronnie Kane thing. Like, hey, can we all just get along?
Also, the name called
That was just the funniest. Everybody was laughing. I remember laughing my ass off in the theater. Everybody in the theater was completely fucking laughing, rooting like, yeah. Okay, that was a practical fire. That body double was on
apparently
fire.
The actor actually they put like a shoulder pads and stuff on him, and they performed it where they rolled him down the street several times that night.
Well done, David R. Ellis. Well done, sir.
We'll give him that.
This movie's
We'll
terrible,
give David R.
but-
Ellis that.
What cartoon does it show? Like a cartoon that looks like it was shot in the 80s. It's like, my ass is on fire. My ass.
An over 20-year-old woman is watching Saturday morning cartoons. What's wrong with this picture?
Fuck you, man.
I watch cartoons sometimes. Don't judge.
And now you know. I'm just kidding.
I watch the Disney Channel. No, I'm joking.
I know, but a woman like her would watch the Saturday morning cartoons. Like,
Doesn't make sense. Another premonition.
Oh, what a shitty effects. They did something a little different. They're showing the visions of the clues of how the next person is going to get killed.
I think my favorite is part 3, how they did it with all the pictures she took at the camera.
Oh,
You
yeah.
look at the pictures later. That was pretty ingenious how they did it.
That was something they never done before in the franchise. The only thing I did not like was the Abraham Lincoln assassination and the 9/11. Like, that was not caused by death. What the fuck? Like, the assassination was done by a John Wilkes Booth. It was a murder. Right. It was not a natural causes. And 9/11 was done by the terrorist.
Yeah, terrorist did the other one. So I'm like, in what world is death like? You know, like a plane crash is a plane crash. A terrorist attack is different than a plane crash.
Yeah.
Okay,
like, that made no sense.
And I'm like, okay, Glenn Morgan and James Wan, you're trying to go conspiracy theory here, okay?
It did feel like that. It felt like a conspiracy theory.
It feels like you're watching Fahrenheit 9/11 too much, okay? It's like, okay, guys, get off the conspiracy theory channel.
Now that I'm looking at this, I can tell it's the same director, because in part 2, they always show the car pulling up and feet getting out first and walking. It's like his trademark shot in his movies.
Mm-hmm.
Now it makes sense.
Oh,
these kids are throwing a bunch of rocks in the fucking
lawn.
The
director of part 5 was it because they wanted to make sure the visual effects of the 3D was good for 5.
He's pouring gasoline with a lit cigarette. He is asking for it.
And you want to know why she died from the rocks? Because these stupid because their stupid sons were throwing rocks in the fucking lawn. And karma.
You're throwing rocks at the guy. He's like going, here.
They were throwing rocks at that sign, and they thought they were going to make the target. And first of all, you're not supposed to lit cigarettes when you're fucking pouring gas in the fucking lawnmower.
Oh, would you look at that? That's Saul Goodman's
secretary.
Oh yeah, it is.
Better call.
I can't remember her name right now.
So now
I can't remember her name
either. And goes to work for Saul Goodman.
She was in Breaking Bad as well. Yeah, because it's basically like the same character from Breaking Bad, and then she was in Better Call Saul.
Well, she chose up. She went up in the world.
Oh yeah, and the mother, who's going to be the next one going up. Yeah, she was. I remember her. She was in season 2 of Smallville.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode.
Oh,
that was a very horny episode of Smallville.
Hey man, all of these movies,
maybe
hot chicks in every single Final Destination.
Yeah,
all the women are hot.
Yeah.
You know, like you know what? Yeah, I think honestly, that's a cliche in every movie though. It's always beautiful, hot women because you want to see them naked, so they're going to get naked eventually in the movie. And so like there's never ever an ugly chick in the movie because you don't want because I think but they wanted to make it work because everybody's going to be like, oh no, like no, because I said the idea is it's supposed to be a fantasy of horror. It's supposed to be like it's almost like a Nightmare on Elm Street, how the kid has a wet dream.
Well, mostly the hot ones always go out. They always die.
I have to
clearly
admit,
the barber.
This part got to me, cleaning the toenails and stuff. I was like, ugh.
It was like, oh,
yeah.
I had no idea how she was going to die until she said, "I got my eye on you." I'm like,
oh boy.
This barber
all of this right here
clearly
is well done. I like this part.
She must.
They're trying to build up the whole suspense of how they're going to die, how this person's going to die. Like, oh my god, is she going to die like this?
The dentist office in part 2. Remember in part 2 how the kid was in the dentist office?
That was good.
Yeah,
it kind of blows me.
Birds, the pigeons.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that. That's like this scene reminds me of the dentist office in part 2.
Every time I go to the dentist, I thought about that scene in Final Destination 2. Every time. I'm not even joking.
Oh yeah.
Well, a lot of these shots are done by second unit director. You can tell. All the close-ups.
Yeah.
Well, there have been some directors that do their own second unit. Like I know Zack Snyder likes to do a lot of his own second unit.
That part got me. The scissors next to the eyes. I was like, ugh.
And I was like, oh. especially how they edit it.
Yeah, this part is excellent. Well shot, lighting's good. Close up of the neck, the eyes. I was all over the place.
Did you hear how the new directors, the ones who made Final Destination Bloodline, how they got the job? They faked their own deaths during a Zoom call with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they did.
And
they got the job from faking their own death during the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, they did.
Devin Sawa talked about that in the Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, the one guy who played Alex in the first movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they did like their apartment caught fire, and they're like, oh, your apartment's on fire, and then all of a sudden they put the fire out, then the roof collapsed and kills them both.
Dude, I wish they show it to us how this happened. I want to see it so badly.
That's awesome.
Maybe on the bonus features on the Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, they got you.
They'll show their death. Yeah, the only movie I think they directed 2 movies. Like one was a Kim Possible Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
The live action Kim Possible.
And actually, they ended up making a really good Final Destination movie. It's got the highest rating on Rotten Tomatoes out of all those movies of the franchise.
Because they love the movie. I mean, sometimes you just need to give a director a chance. I mean, yeah, they may have made not great work in the past, but
here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, damn. Well, that's what happens when you throw rocks in the fucking lawn. Karma, motherfucker. I bet the guy was so happy, like, oh, yeah. He's enjoying this shit. He don't give a fuck.
I hate the photo, though, in that picture. It feels like they just, like, were on set, and like, we need a photo of you. We only have no photos. And they're like, just take a picture of me walking in my trailer. And then they just took a picture and said, all right,
dude, the douchebag is calling out the obvious and so meta.
You can use my MySpace profile pic. Done.
I remember watching John Wick Part 2. And remember, there's a picture of Keanu Reeves on the red carpet. And they just took that photo and made it where they stick John Wick's profile for his bounty. They just take that picture of him, like, from a picture of him walking on the red carpet. And I'm like, you couldn't have done any better. You couldn't have asked Keanu Reeves to stand, like, over here and just took a picture or something. You had to, like, find just, like, a random stock image of him.
So there's 6 movies. So in 3 of the movies, the guys had a premonition, and the other 3 movies have females with premonitions.
Yeah.
It's evenly distributed. Because part 1 was the guy, part 2 was the girl, part 3 was a girl, this one's a guy, part 5 was a guy, and the last one was a girl.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah. They always do switch for.
Huh?
Oh, so telling this person to just subscribe to the channel. Anyone willing to endure this movie is clearly dedicated. We are dedicated.
Oh yeah.
We don't discriminate against bad movies, okay? We will watch a bad movie, okay?
We'll watch a bad movie and we'll discriminate at the same time when we watch it.
We watch Freddy Got Fingered, okay? That's how dedicated we are.
That's why fuck you, Jake, for making me watch that movie. Like, if you watched the watch party for Freddy Got Fingered, I nearly fucking threw up during the watch party. It was so fucking sickening. Like, I can't believe this happened.
That was my idea on my channel.
Okay, Ryan, fuck you then.
Ryan Camp, subscribe to his channel if you want to watch that. He's a sick and twisted individual.
That's
great.
Seeing Matt and Nick from Townsend 505's reaction to that movie made it worth it.
I mean, that was literally my first time watching.
He dresses like Fred from Scooby Doo.
He does.
He does look like he
would
have put out.
She looks like.
She's got the Daphne hair. Clearly.
Daphne. How ironic.
And he's basically. So is he basically Scooby? Is that what we're trying to say, or is he Shaggy?
Zoink, Scoop.
Man, I was watching part 5 2 weeks ago. After I watched this one, just to get a refresher. The lead guy looked just like Tom Cruise in that movie. Did you
he did a Tom Cruise impression too on YouTube.
Tom Cruise impersonator.
I'm like,
he did a cameo in that superhero movie spoof, and he was making fun of Dragonfly, and he was doing a Tom Cruise saying, "I can fly."
Yeah, his name's Miles Fisher.
He can't even fly. Dragonfly can't even fly.
I can fly.
He would think he'd get more work, but
He hasn't got work after Final Destination 5.
He is a Tom Cruise impersonator in a lot. That's how he actually got started.
Identical.
Yeah, and you watched that movie, it looked like he was literally doing an impersonation of Tom Cruise.
Did you see on he has a YouTube channel where on 2020 he did a YouTube where Tom Cruise is running for president. He goes, "I've run for the Mission movies. Now I'm running," he says, "to be your next president. My name is Tom Cruise." And he was
like, and dude, he was putting out the whole Saved by the Bell spoof with Final Destination edition with the whole cast before the film came out for Final Destination 5, and I thought that was better than the movie.
Yeah, my issue with
was
part
that one
5
in
is
3D
all
too?
hollow characters.
It looked like it was shot in 3D. Part 5.
Yeah, it was. Directed,
It
was directed by a guy who worked on James Cameron's visual effects supervisor on Avatar.
Oh
wow,
that explains a lot.
That they literally were like, "Listen, we're going to do 3D again because it worked so well last time for part 4, but this time we're actually going to try to make a good movie. Okay, so let's get the guy who actually made a 3D movie. It doesn't have to be a good script again, but we just have to make sure the 3D is better."
Because this is the only one without Tony Todd, right?
Yeah. It's the first one that was without Tony Todd. And Tony Todd was not present on set for Final Destination 3 because he
has a voice cameo though.
He did the voice of the demon
for the roller coaster ride, and he did it was the devil one. Yeah, it was the one with the devil for the roller coaster. And then at the end of the movie, he was still the voice from the train. Next stop. Yeah. And I haven't seen all the Final Destinations in theaters. I've only seen 2, which is this one and then Bloodlines. That was the only 2 movies I saw in theaters.
I never seen any of them in theaters.
I still want to watch the previous 3 movies in theaters.
Man, they're awesome. Opening weekend with a good crowd, those movies are awesome.
Yeah. And I didn't watch them in order at the time. The first Final Destination movie was shown to me by my older brother. It was Final Destination 2 was the first movie I've watched. Then I watched the first movie.
Yeah, 1 and 2 is the only one that has a returning character from one movie to the next.
Yeah, that's true. Ali Larder, yeah.
They said they wanted to get the girl from part 2 to be in part 3 at the end on the subway, where it was going to be her cousin. Hey,
Kimberly, the lead character from the second one. And they didn't get her, and I believe then in the deleted scenes they showed it on TNT when it was on TV edited version. They showed the newspaper of these 2 survivors that survived at the end of the movie. The cop and Kimberly, they died from a wood chipper, and that's not even in the final cut of the movie. They showed it in the newspaper. It was during the train sequence at the end of the epilogue.
Yeah.
And I believe that Devin Sawa wanted to come back for the sequel after the first one, but they didn't want to get him.
Yeah, like he said, there's a big back and forth. Some people say, "Oh, it was scheduling." He says, "I was open. My schedule was open."
Yeah,
because he just thinks that they really they wanted someone. I think because Ali Lauder was hotter at the time, a bigger name at the time, because she was doing she did Varsity Blues and several other movies.
That's
true.
Didn't
she do Resident Evil 3?
She did.
Yeah,
she was in 3, 4, and 5, I believe, and then she was in the NBC show Heroes.
Yeah,
I think that's what they said. She was just a bigger get at the time, so they said
which I believe that Ryan and Jake has not seen Heroes. I don't think they have.
I have not seen Heroes.
Yeah, no. I will say that the later seasons were fine, but I think the first season it was peak television.
Everybody keeps telling me season 1 was so good, but then the writer's strike killed 2 onwards. So
yeah, it did. I mean, I didn't mind it as much for the later seasons. They weren't as good as season 1, but I still liked it for what it was. But I think season 1, I can definitely agree that it was a peak television show. Great story, great compelling story. It was straightforward.
Okay, why does this feel more like a Fast and Furious movie than the previous 3 Fast and Furious movies?
Well, this is what happened. Imagine Toretto in Final Destination.
All needs is...
Wow.
I mean, how many times that these characters cheated death in the Fast and Furious franchise? No one really dies. They cheated death so many times.
I've seen this kid, the one that stars in this movie. I don't know why his kid's way older than me, but I'm I've seen this guy in the movie. There's 2 movies he was in. He was in a Scream the series as the teacher. The teacher that's trying to hook up with the student. Which I'm sure he really appreciates having that role now. I was I don't want that role. Because back in the 2000s, that was normal. That was a normal thing to do. It's teacher, student, that's normal. Nowadays they're like, no,
no, they would never do it today's standards.
Yeah. And then he also was in a movie I saw on the Sci-Fi Channel that I thought was really good. It's called Hunger, I believe, where it's him and his friends. They get locked up and then they have to compete, they have to fight each other in like gladiator matches for food. Like they starve them until eventually they'll kick in, and then they have some person comes in, cattle prods them. They have to for a sandwich. And
I mean, I will say that the lead actor in this movie, I don't know if it's the director's fault, but I feel like his acting felt very wooden. I just wasn't. I didn't feel like he had any charisma to do this.
None.
I will say,
I did later see him he was in the show in the later seasons called Being Human with Sam Witwer and Sam Huntington, the whole supernatural series called Being Human, which I thought he did a decent job on that show, but I just don't think he was that good of an actor. To be honest, I don't
like that line reading. He's like, look, kid, I'm around dangerous equipment every day. I'm like, dude, don't say it again, man. They said, I just don't believe that line. I would say, go again with that. I don't know what you think, Blacktastic, that line, the line reading of him going, look, kid.
The way he said it.
Yeah, I just don't like what he said.
Okay, this was a little bit of a far reach for that body count from that fence. I don't think that would happen like that. That would go out the way they did it.
Stupid.
You could see the binary code on that CGI. Like, my goodness.
Yeah, another 3D pop-up.
God, this is really poorly directed, man.
I mean, I will say that the one decent character was the security guard. At least he was more likable than the most.
It seems like they were just in New Orleans partying the whole time, and they're like, you know what? Let's shoot a movie occasionally.
This movie looked like it could have been made on the Sci-Fi Channel.
I took it serious.
David R. Elias is like, though, with the booby shots, though, we got to make sure we're going
to. Yeah. Oh, I remember watching this in 3D. Boobs in 3D, literally in your face. I'm not even
Piranha,
kidding.
Though, hey, but then guess what? Piranha 3D made sure. Double D made sure.
I guess that people in the theater would whack off in the middle of the sequence here.
Like Pee-wee
it's in 3D.
This caught me by surprise.
Credit to David R. Ellis. He understood the target demographic.
I remember they were going crazy with the 3D movies for theatrical release, especially the third Harold and Kumar, the Christmas special.
I will say it's the most realistic sex scene I've ever seen.
This is the funny thing. He finished like 3 minutes ago, and he still kept on going.
4 minutes.
4 minutes ago.
No subtlety. Yeah,
I hope you're using protection.
By the way,
this death is so stupid.
And
I thought it was so funny. I thought it was hilarious.
It's
Sunny
funny.
Philadelphia disproved this theory when Bat got his ass stuck on the drainer.
This guy.
Oh, I completely forgot about
drainer and just sucked
so bad.
Fucking insides of his asshole.
He gets his asshole sucked on like a drain pipe. Or no, what's it called?
There goes the poor homeless man. Give him a penny. That's what happens. You will die by giving the homeless man a penny.
Cute dog.
What is with this series?
A Taco Bell dog.
Pennies? My goodness.
Oh god, they brought back the penny and bloodlines.
Come on. Get some Windex. Your ass could have lived. No, not really.
Okay, what did that bird eat to cause that? What?
Lasagna?
Not today, but the other day
I was pigeon or a hawk? Jesus Christ.
I was in a U-Haul the other day, and I was helping my cousin move boxes to their place. And I just said, you know what? That U-Haul just closed on my face right now. That'd be a cool Final Destination death. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I don't want to die. But I'm saying it would be a cool death. Just someone's moving box and the U-Haul all of a sudden comes down and cuts him in half.
Well, I will say, when I was going to the, oh no, go on, Ryan.
I was just gonna say, bring up Marshland's post because it is so true.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Oh god, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, it did feel like
that's
Play-Doh.
Ryan, you have master control. You could actually pull it up too if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I forgot.
I will say, like before going into Final Destination Bloodlines, I was on my way to the theater. I was playing on my Spotify playlist, and I had like "Dust in the Wind" by Kansas, and it played it randomly. I was on the fucking Spotify Shuffle playlist, and it played it before I got to the theater to see Final Destination Bloodlines. I was like, "Oh fuck, is Death gonna come after me? Fuck me!"
I'm not gonna lie. When I was,
it did. I'm not even kidding.
when he says, "Give me the gun," and then he goes, "Give me the fucking gun."
Give me the fucking gun.
Hey, Ryan, bring up the
good thing we have
Song
waterproof
goes
in the
end
phone.
by
The
the words,
smartphones.
that means I know I'm in trouble.
Ryan, the marshland guy. Bring up the 808 comment, okay?
Apparently, his phone is
The
not
Tom Cruise one. Bring
waterproof.
up the Tom Cruise comment on that one.
Okay, this is what happens when you got stuck in the drain because you fucking put the water gun on over that fucking drain, that machine.
It's not letting me.
Oh, that's weird. Shit.
Y'all remember Scions? I remember those.
So it's not just me. It's like Tom Cruise.
Oh no, I dropped it.
But the guy looked like Dave Franco. He looked like Dave Franco and Tom Cruise had a baby.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Like, did you or didn't you?
The way he's driving his Jeep. Terrible.
This is what happens when you're trying to pretend to drive when you're on green screen. She's driving like a fucking lunchbox in that car.
You look like a lunchbox.
Looking like a lunchbox.
I don't know why I got Gordon Ramsay in my head, but okay.
It looks like a dog's dinner.
Y'all, do you remember Expendables 2 when Bruce Willis and
Yeah.
Arnold have to drive in that like smart car, and Arnold's like, "My shoes are bigger than this car."
My shoot is bigger than this car. Shoot something. Yeah, because they had to drive with the door open because they kicked the car door.
Remember, Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Because apparently in the action movie like this, they all have super strength.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised it took 3 movies for them to finally do a car wash, but
You've been anticipating that.
I mean, you go into one of those self-serve car washes, it is like kind of nerve-wracking. You got to put your car in neutral. You got to trust the machinery to like take it through. It's nerve-wracking.
This is another scene that will always remind every time I go to the car wash. This will remind me in this movie.
It's well shot. I love that
Plus,
camera
if you
angle.
try to do that, something might break on your car. So there's just 1,000 ways that this could go wrong.
Funny you mention that, man. I was watching the news the other day. One of those Tesla, what do you call those big ones?
Mm-hmm.
The
Cybertruck.
Went through a car wash. It shut down. Water got in it, and it shut down in the middle of the car wash.
That's why I never get Tesla from Cyberpunk. I feel like Elon Musk has watched Cyberpunk too many times and played it so many times and like, fuck it, I can make this.
This is a cool scene. This and the beauty salon place. I like these two scenes.
The car wash is more fun to watch than watching the douchebag dude getting stuck in the drain. And all of his insides of his asshole coming out.
And it took forever.
No, it did. It's like, how is that humanly possible?
Yeah. He would have drowned first.
Okay. Yeah, how's he not dead already? Like, he should have been drowned.
Okay, as a bit of a golfer myself, How far did that kid hit that ball? That must have been 300 yards.
That's Happy
with a 7-iron. No way. No way.
Happy Gilmore had a big swing.
The bloody Band-Aid was a nice, I guess.
Stupid.
How does no one see him and fucking stuck in the drain? No.
The only thing missing from that is Bill Murray popping up being like, Baby Ruth! I hope someone gets that reference.
Is that supposed to be like a Caddyshack reference?
It is. You got it.
I figured.
Wow.
Uh-oh. That's a rough spot to be there, man.
Bye-bye. You can't take his driving so seriously.
Okay, how did he go through the... Okay.
Awesome.
That was like the ending of that shot in the trailer.
Oh, you think you're safe?
Death does not like to be cheated.
Damn. She got lucky a bunch of times.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes.
Look real quick.
Yes.
Look at the chat. Matt, do that too, okay? Well, I just told Ryan to do that. Testing something out.
Pop goes the weasel.
There you go. That's one way to put that. One way to put it.
My balls.
I'm sorry, but that was not that way. It just, there was no way that would happen in real life.
It sucked right all of this inside of his asshole.
Yeah.
Sunny in Philadelphia disproved that already. Mac puts his asshole to like
colonoscopy. No, you don't have cancer, but we can't put you back together.
I mean, you got hemorrhoids.
Out.
Like, there goes your hemorrhoids.
Who needs Operation H?
For all to see.
This is what happens when you don't put Preparation H in your asshole.
Like Preparation I.
Mm-hmm. So this shot here, is that from a perspective of an ant? I never understood this shot. It's odd. It's an odd
fast
shot.
ant. It's a fast ant, TJ.
Just when we all thought he was next on the list. Like, hey, he's ready to go.
I've been trying all day.
Yeah, you think killing yourself is going to reunite with your family. Yeah, that you do know how you're supposed to be a man of faith, and you think killing yourself is going to make you go in the afterlife. You know what happens when you kill yourself, right?
Yeah. You go to hell.
Like, I'm not a religious person, but you're supposed to be the man of faith. But even I know.
And this movie is short. It flies by.
Oh, yeah. Like, they just flew by so
goodness.
quickly without any character development.
A lot of these movies, you're like, do you guys have parents? You know? There's never parents in these movies.
Well, to be fair, they're adults. They're like in their like mid-20s or something.
Okay, and they live together, right? So
yeah, they do. They do
how
live
they're
together,
making
so
money either.
they're not high school kids.
like in
Like
part
if you
three,
want to say like they're
I'm
more like college kids at best.
yeah, like in part 3, I'm like, where's your parents?
Yeah, there's no parents in the third one.
No, you got the 2 sisters.
You
and
know
a
what that
big-ass
reminded me?
house.
But you know what that reminded me? There's a Canadian soap opera, which one of the actors from Smallville is on that show. It's a show called Edgemont. It's a Canadian soap opera show. You see all the teenagers in the movie, and in the show, there's no parents, zero throughout the whole show. They did like 4 seasons, and you never see the adults, the teachers, the faculties, or the parents. No present.
Yeah.
You're just focusing on the main characters in the show.
Like part 1, you seen the parents in the very beginning after the plane crash.
Yeah.
They all came.
Yep.
But this part 3 was odd that none of them teenagers had parents.
Even the second one had one of the parents, the main character.
Yeah, the dad. She had a really cool dad.
Yeah. But her friends, but yeah, it's not a total loss.
Yeah.
That was, everybody was laughing at the theater. It was like, he just literally tried to kill himself all day and it fails.
Because we know. We know.
No.
No, it's not God that wants it. It's death that wants it. You're not next.
Hey, brother, it's not a good look. Get that noose off your neck.
Yeah.
Not
Oh my
even
God,
right.
I never.
Not even right, man.
Oh no. Oh
TJ,
no.
that's not even right, man. That's not even right. Oh.
Oh, death destroyed the list, and that's why he couldn't kill himself. I don't think they understand the rules. It's not your turn to die, bro. And they're popping champagne. Dude, he's supposed to be a sober.
Did y'all see that Cinemark, the Megan popcorn bucket from Cinemark?
I did not see the popcorn bucket for Megan
No.
2.
It's the Megan in a
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that movie looks fun. It looks.
It's literally going to be
Yeah.
it's literally going to be T2. It's going to be the
Yeah.
T2 of this franchise.
When the villain
mean-
becomes the hero in part 2.
Literally, it's becoming more of an action movie. The first one was a horror movie.
That's Terminator 2.
I mean, I didn't expect much from the original Megan, and I turned out to really like it. So I'm just leaving enough room to be surprised.
I'm honestly not a fan of the first movie, but you know what? The second movie looks so fun.
Hey TJ, have you seen the trailer for this Dave Franco movie called Together?
Yep. It
It
looks
looks screwed up, doesn't it?
crazy. I seen that when I seen Final Destination in the theater. They showed that trailer.
I did too, and I just was like, wow. Wait. Like, I don't know. This
It
could
looks-
be like the best thing ever or the worst with like no in between.
Till death do his part, right?
Literally.
Did y'all know that the Black Phone 2 is basically a Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah. When you think about it.
Like basically Ethan Hawke's killing kids in their dreams now. And I'm sure that the New Line and the Wes Craven Estate would like a word with you.
Are you talking about the Black Phone?
Yeah, they're making a sequel to the Black Phone. They already shot it and everything.
Oh yeah. That was from Universal.
Yeah, they said and I'm sure that they're probably going to get a lawsuit in the near future.
I mean, I don't know anything about the plot of the sequel.
They at CinemaCon announced that he's basically killing kids in their dreams.
Oh yeah, so basically they're going to pull off that Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff.
I'm like, well, someone's getting sued when the Black Phone 2 hits.
I'm pretty sure that if Wes Craven were to be alive, he probably would sue him.
Oh, you don't think New Line is, and you don't think that the Wes Craven Estate's going to sue whenever they see this movie going?
This estate
You
should.
stop the Nightmare on Elm Street. He's literally a killer that's
Maybe
killing
this-
kids in their dreams.
Maybe this will give some motivation to make another Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Well, right now the rights are tied up because the Wes Craven Estate says, "Oh, they own the rights," and then you have New Line says, "No, we own the rights," and so it's the same situation with Friday the 13th.
Which I do
Yes.
have the original
Oh, yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street on 4K Blu-ray for a good price deal, and I think that it looks great.
Yeah, the reason why they can make merchandise and they can make the re-release the Blu-rays is because then that's New Line doing. New Line owns all that, but like for them to produce a brand new movie, you would have to get both parties to agree, New Line and the West Craven Estate, because New Line had made a movie.
Yay, the old man.
Oh yeah,
is
we got the
also
racist. We got the racist character.
Isn't this just lovely?
So stupid.
I
This
hate
is
when he's
one
like,
of the
"Oh,
dumbest
you know
shit.
how many times I killed your gun in China, or whatever the fuck he's
I'm
Korea."
sorry.
Korea.
In what universe is this like? This is like that made like the test. Like, was there like a test screening? And it's like the racist guy was the funniest character. And you're like, you know what? More racism, guys. Hurry, let's shoot this. Come on, add another racist character. And they're like, oh my god, like there's no more
Yeah,
racist.
this movie takes odd choices to do stuff like that.
You know, I find that very funny. The main character was about to pack up, and suddenly the remote drops down, and it turns on the TV. Literally, Death showing him, "Hey, you got the order wrong, idiot." Feels like he had to spell it out for him.
Did you know that? Did you know that?
This reminds me of part 2 when the guy was in the hospital. Remember?
Yeah. Which the actor, the character from that movie in the hospital and from Final Destination 2, he voiced Kratos in the original God of War games.
Oh yeah. He has a great voice.
Oh hell yeah, dude! He's a legend.
How do you neglect your job? How does water rise like that?
I know.
Upstairs?
The only thing that's missing is like that scene in Halloween 2, not the zombie one, but the Rick Rosenthal one where Michael Myers drowns the nurse.
Oh yeah.
I honestly have not watched a lot of the sequels of Halloween. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I might have watched like bits and pieces of it when it was on TV during Halloween, but not. I didn't really watch it all the way through.
I love it.
I have seen,
But I did
them.
go see the original Halloween in theaters prior to the latest Halloween movie, which is supposed to be like a reboot thing back in 2018 or 2019. I saw that in the theater for the first time for the original Halloween movie.
Halloween 2018. Yeah, I rewatched that for around my birthday last week. I was like, I wanted to watch it. And I'm like, you know what?
Okay, like that.
The tub just fucking falls on top of them. That was so funny.
It's like the scene from Breaking Bad where the body falls through the tub because of the hydrofluoric acid.
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah,
it's like, when Jesse was smoking crack in the room, he goes, "I just,"
and he pours a fucking acid in the bathtub, and it falls on top of the ceiling.
Hydrofluoric acid is a natural acid that eats through rock, limestone. So there's that.
You didn't follow my instructions.
By the way, the roof, the air conditioner vent, the air ducts that they're picking up, that was for the original ending. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why you never see it again, because that was meant for. That was meant for the original ending. That they reshot. The original ending is so stupid.
It's so funny. It's so stupid and pointless.
It's like an Acme cartoon. It's literally like a Warner, like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
This is so funny right here.
Gets roadkill by an ambulance truck. It's like, boom.
Roll back to part 1.
That ambulance was racist.
Yeah, apparently. Like, he came in at full speed. How did he not see him in the middle of the street?
And usually when they're going that fast, there's sirens on.
Yeah.
Matt, just a heads up.
Even the bus scene.
Just a heads up for the Halloween
the
movies.
lighting is so different in this third act. I can tell they reshot this.
Yeah.
It looks totally different than anything else.
I agree.
Why wouldn't you just take off your shoe?
Dummy.
Wow, it looks totally different than the rest of the movie. A lot of second unit shots. Look at that guy's glasses. Damn, they thick.
got the
Foreshadowing.
trifocal going.
You shouldn't be doing constructions in the middle of the day when people are at the mall.
Let alone watching a movie.
Exactly. Especially when you blow up in the theater, that's just going to get you spooked. Like, oh, God, and you're watching it in 3D and you're not going to know the difference.
Also, why would you need explosive barrels to work in a theater? Like, and what movie, what theater needs that much like explosive?
Yeah, we need ether to make the sound design better.
I don't know any theater that needs gasoline, like flammable material like that. I don't know any reason for that to happen.
Yeah,
other than it's a movie.
Yeah, we need explosions.
We need to really fuel this in.
And they're watching a generic fucking action film that just sounded so corny dialogue that I've ever heard in my life. The countdown of the bomb going off.
Also, I don't know if you guys ever work construction, but no one's going to leave all that shit unattended. There's going to be someone there.
No, OSHA will have your ass.
Because, yeah, somebody...
remember the old days when you had to go to get ticket stubs? Remember the old days when you had to do that back in the day? Because now you can just use your still just use your smartphone to scan your ticket.
My theater does that still. My theater, I just go up there and I
They still do that. You have to go to the ticket stands, but you don't if you want to do it the old-fashioned way. But if you're just ordering a ticket online, you can just use your smartphone to use the barcode.
Walk through the door, they scan it, boom.
And then you know that with AMC Stubs A-list members, now you can just put your profile picture on your AMC Stubs A-list, and you don't even need to show your ID.
That's cool.
Because they have your profile picture on it.
So elaborate.
Death is just knows how to be creative. Use the Force.
They should change the music.
Exactly. It's Looney Tunes. It's literally going to be Saturday morning cartoons.
I feel like Death is just planning all these out like, ooh, this is really going to get...
He's like the hunter from fucking Looney Tunes trying to hunt down the Bugs Bunny.
That's a lot of
West Wing Wabbit. It's Wabbit season.
For a movie theater.
You mean Elmer Fudd?
Yeah, Elmer Fudd. That's his name. I can't remember their names.
There's no logic for all that flammable equipment. Barrels.
Yeah, why is there flammable fucking drums?
No, which you know what? No theater. By the way, they're going to see a romantic comedy called Lovelace Dying, and yet there's an explosion in this movie, and I'm like, I've never seen a romantic comedy with an explosion.
Apparently, it's a romantic comedy with action movie in it.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like a romantic comedy. And what romantic comedy is going to be in 3D?
Apparently, they don't have the real 3D glasses.
No, they don't. Got on Ray-Bans.
It looks like a Ray-Bans that you could get from a sunglasses at a store.
All right, everybody come in. We're going to shoot this scene for Final Destination 4. I need you to put these glasses. These aren't 3D glasses. I know. Pretend like they are. And we need you to just go, whoa.
Yeah, I remember having a 3D, watching this in 3D with explosions. Like, oh my God, am I going to get blown up in the fucking theater? Fuck.
All right, now we're gonna get you to come around this person right here. They're gonna put like some fake nails in your face and stuff.
Now, paint makes sense. Paint and in a thinner, yeah, it's explosive. You're painting, but barrels of gigantic explosives don't make any sense.
The Dark Room Review says, "Hello, fellas. Happy Friday night."
Hello. Happy Friday, man.
What's going on? Yeah. Hey, we're glad you can join us. We're watching the best Final Destination movie of all of them, Final Destination 4.
It's a masterpiece of cinema for 3D.
Yeah, it's not a cinematic abortion at all.
I remember the year after this, 2010. There were like several big movies that were in 3D, like Clash of the Titans was mentioned. Tron Legacy was.
I saw that.
Tron Legacy deserved to be in 3D.
I saw that in IMAX 3D for Tron Legacy. It was awesome. I loved it. I saw Clash of the Titans in 3D as well. Even Wrath of the Titans on an IMAX screen.
Then there was Alice in Wonderland in 3D. Good Lord.
The Avengers in 3D.
Remember Green Lantern was in 3D?
I saw that in 3D. I saw that in 3D.
Fucking Dark Shadows was in 3D. Dark Shadows.
You were pretty much putting every big blockbuster movies in 3D, even comedy, R-rated comedy movies.
Remember when like what was it? No, wasn't it Hangover 2 in 3D? I don't think it was.
No. I think it was the third. I think it might have been the third one. Maybe I could be wrong.
Harold and Kumar Christmas was in 3D.
Yeah,
I know that.
I brought that up. Yeah, earlier. Yeah, they did 3D.
Whole marketing was like.
I mean, that movie's good. So
I laughed my ass off for the third one. It's so bad, but it's so funny. But I didn't see that in 3D. I didn't watch that in theaters.
I still think Neil Patrick Harris should have won an award for that. His role as Neil Patrick Harris. I
agree. This girl is so fucking stupid. Like, hey, if there's something going on, you fucking dip out of the theater. It's like, no, fuck that.
I like her face.
For that moment that blew up, I fucking shook. I'm not gonna lie. I saw this movie in 3D, and I was like, oh god, the theater's gonna get blown up. I will admit, the mall scene in the explosion was fucking crazy.
That's awesome right there. Yeah, I like all of this.
Oh, they're all gonna die.
Yeah. Good job, dude. You pulled a Leslie Nielsen from The Naked Gun. Please disperse. There's nothing to see here.
This should have been an opening to that goddamn.
Oh, that would have been much better than the NASCAR racing.
Right.
Wow, this is intense.
To quote from Mallrats, that kid is back on the escalator again.
Wow.
If you know the quote from Mallrats, you know. That's literally a definition that when you mess with don't respect that escalator.
Damn.
She can't pull herself up very
well. For some
well.
reason, I'm wanting popcorn right now. I don't know why.
It's time to let go, buddy. Popcorn. Toodles.
No.
I don't know how that would be humanly possible getting crushed like that from an escalator.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty brutal though.
Yeah.
Like
that was awesome.
Look out!
Look out!
And
he still the security guard still dies in the movie.
My only thing is I call BS on this thing because I'm like, he was right behind him. He was right behind. He should have got hit too. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ending was completely done differently. This whole ending.
Yeah, if you see the ending, and there's an alternate ending of the movie where he catches up with these two girls in the mall, and he was about to give his last line where he's sacrificed himself, and he grabs the extinguisher and couldn't put out the fire, and he fucking jumps off the window to try to kill himself to save the other two, and then when it happens. Oh, they's like, oh yeah, we broke the chain. He saved us all, blah, blah, blah. And then the fucking thing in the fucking air ducts falls on top of these two. And it has a broken chain as a little bit of an ironic joke. Oh yeah, you did broke the chain, all right.
The screen in 3D, and you're just like, oh, it's dumb. But apparently,
I was like, that was a fucking pointless ending.
And a truck comes through the window.
Yeah, that was not. Yeah, none of that was that. Yeah, they said they ran out of money, and so that's why they did the whole X-ray thing.
Yeah, the moment he holds the extinguisher, he couldn't put out the fire, so he thought like, hey. I'm gonna kill myself to save the other two. He does kill himself. In the fucking air ducts on top of them at fucking.
Start pissing on the fire, damn.
Yeah, do it. If you got to piss, now's the time to put it out. It's true. I mean, if that's your only option.
You guys walk in, he's just doing this. There's this junk out going. There's no one else, guys.
Also, what is up with this series and nail guns?
Yeah, that was part 3, right?
Yeah, that was part 3. It was at that Home Depot scene.
forget. What is your plan here, guy? Oh, that's your plan.
Yep. I mean, he can't piss standing up now. He's fucking nailed to the fucking wall.
Better start shitting on that fire.
I mean, yeah, shit can put out the fire.
All of a sudden, then it turns
That
into
was
gas and
intense,
parts, and all
I
of a
have to
sudden,
admit.
it's a giant explosion. Like, ah! It's not fart explosion. That would probably be the dumbest ending ever. Just like, ah! Damn you,
The
Forrest!
dumbest part about that original ending when he kills himself to save these two girls, and they died anyway. They had the fucking air ducts fall on top of them. We broke the chain, and then there's a broken chain coming next to their corpse. Yeah, very ironic. You definitely break the chain, all right.
That's true.
There's your bus reference.
Yeah, 180.
Yep.
Okay, they got 2 weeks to live.
When not even Lynx wanted to be a part of your movie.
They didn't even give them 5 months to live. It's like, no, 2 weeks.
You know, would it be smart if the ending of each movie was beginning of the next? So you think they survive?
Because we didn't see Kimberly and the cop died in the second movie. The kid died from a barbecue explosion. Which I did not want to go near a fucking barbecue. I felt like I was going to get blown up. I was like, oh, fuck.
Hey,
no,
use cold.
fuck that.
Also,
Stay away from that propane, buddy.
I have to say, this logo for Death by Caffeine is just kind of weird. Like, he looks like a Rugrats character.
Yeah.
That drink looks delicious, but then I don't drink coffee, so I'm sure I'd take a sip and go.
I'm not even a coffee drinker.
I can't stand coffee. I just can't.
I'm a black coffee guy with maybe a little splash of hazelnut if it's October.
Hey, me
but that's
too.
about it.
I did mine's dark, little hazelnut. Yeah, every Sunday morning.
I did have craft beer that has coffee flavor with craft beer. Yeah, the homeless guy got some coffee.
Now I want a milkshake. Now, for some reason. Want a popcorn? Now I want a milkshake, huh?
Uh-oh.
In the business.
Bye-bye.
She can never keep her mouth shut. Damn.
You're jinxing it.
So they're so dead.
It crosses off. It's coming. No, it's already here.
You are dead. You are dead.
I'll see you soon.
Whoop.
See, this is so bullshit. They had blinds. Those are blinds closing. There were blinds that did not exist. That clear glass did not exist.
Well, it crashes into a store. Apparently, Spider-Man can't be there to dodge that.
Oh wow, I can't talk for some reason. I was like, you I did that. I was like, my mind was moving faster than my mouth.
God, that was so awful.
Yeah, you know,
if only Spider-Man had to dodge that whole thing.
It was weirdly fun though, like watching it.
No, it's fun that we get together and make fun of it.
Watch. It has its moments.
It was only fun when we watch it with a group of people and make fun of it. Kind of like if you watch The Room with a group of people, it's much fun. But when you watch it by yourself, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
that was me 2 weeks ago. I'm like, damn, this is really bad.
Hold on, I'm sharing this. Hold on right now. Hold on, I'm sharing this. Can y'all see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, we are
just hope you don't get copyrights.
With that ending of Ted Lasso was certainly something.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Ow. Your boyfriend's here. Nick? Nick, what are you doing here?
Maybe you have to get out of here, okay?
What are you talking about?
It happened again. There's gonna be an explosion. You're both gonna die.
No, Nick, I thought this was done.
I can fix it, okay?
Nick, stop! What are you talking about?
These visions, they're not just clues to help you. They're clues on how I can save them. Look, this is how I want to be defined.
Why wouldn't he just drag her out of the?
Yeah, I know.
Get out of here.
If he said,
No,
"Hey,
Nick,
what's his name is dead.
Nick!
Bubba Gump's dead."
Well, he knows he can't save both of them, so he thinks the only way to do it is just kill himself.
Watching this without any background music is so bizarre.
That wasn't a fire extinguisher, Matt.
Oh, this is so funny.
There goes my hero. What can I do?
Aim for the bushes.
Just aim for the bushes. So dumb.
Just cue the music. There goes my hero.
Coming out of kind of this explosion. All I knew was what was going on. And
I just feel like it's funny though. He just jumped to his death and again.
I thought that was so funny.
That's so stupid, but it's so funny.
He could have saved just us, but he didn't. He saved everybody. He's a hero. We beat death. The chain is broken.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of enjoyed
Wow.
that ending.
Okay.
Hey,
That's exactly what I was describing of how that happened.
The chain is broken. A literal
Yeah, the chain is broken.
It would have been less subtle if they had dropped The Chain by Fleetwood Mac or something.
yeah, that, and then I got my eye on you.
They should have
Yeah.
cued this. They should have cued the song when the moment he starts falling down for his death. It's like, "There goes my hero." Aim for the bushes.
If you on the voodoo on my voodoo, the picture of him with the gas canister is literally the wallpaper in the background of that.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. It's a
Oh my
screenshot of the alternate ending of the movie.
I think
That is
that's just
funny.
stupid.
I
He's
enjoyed
like,
that. That was funny.
ah! It just falls to
The way he was falling was so
How is
fucking
that going
hilarious.
to work, dude? How is you're killing yourself gonna stop? I just
That
don't
was hilarious.
understand how that works.
Hey, aim for the bushes.
Hey everyone, what's up?
What's up,
Also,
man?
news, I made a new Lego Flash short film on my channel. Oh,
Nice.
Lego.
Good for you.
As long
Good
as it's
for
not
you.
Ezra Miller's Flash, we're cool. It's a shitty movie.
Well, Drew, I haven't seen your short film yet, but I can tell you that will be a better production than that Flash movie. But I digress. Matt, don't you say a word.
You better shut the fuck up.
No, you better shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up.
What's that Will Ferrell clip I always send to you? Bite your tongue.
Bite it.
Why'd you say that? I told you to shut up.
Like, Yeah, so there's like, so me and Matt go back and forth on it in the group chat.
Oh no, we disagree on something, and then we roast each other in the DMs.
They
like,
literally.
We always roast each other by playing video clips. I mostly play the video clips. He just copies off of it.
I'm not
so
going
much-
to download new clips. I just take his clips and reuse them against him.
Yeah, he
That's
thinks he's being clever, but I'm the most clever one here.
Oh yeah, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what I think about that? Huh? You know what I think?
Oh, I know. What you
Who cares?
think. Ryan would say otherwise.
So what do you got coming up on your channel, Matt?
Well, I'm gonna go see Karate Kid Legends, and I'm probably gonna go see the new.
Who cares?
That was
You
so
Fuck
That
off.
was perfect. That was so good.
I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do them first, just so I can do that shit.
Just wait till one day I'll host a watch party and get your ass back big time. Your ass, you know what's gonna come to you.
Oh, ooh, I feel like the Homelander made where he goes, ooh. But seriously, what do you got? No, what do you got? All right, come on your channel. Come on.
Well, I already did my non-spoiler review for Final Destination Bloodlines and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. You can go check out my YouTube channel at MattWyatt92. And yeah, there will be a couple of movies I'm planning on seeing this weekend: Friendship, the A24 film, and Karate Kid Legends. And I'll give you my review on those.
Okay. What about you, Ryan?
So, before I jumped on this, it took a couple tries, but I finally got the latest episode of the 2000 Project up. Myself and Russell Howell, we reviewed Aaron Brockovich, Final Destination, the first one, and not the first Jet Li and DMX collab. It's called Romeo Must Die. So, So that's going to be dropping on the channel as soon as I get off of here. It's all edited and done. I just got to put the finishing touches on it. And then I'm going to be reviewing Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 with Matt in the coming days. And I've got a couple other projects lined up in the coming months. One is going to be a big director retrospective, but I'll just leave it vague at that for now. But Small Talk every Tuesday, which is wrapping up very soon. Kitchen Talk every Wednesday. And yeah, got a lot of fun stuff coming up. So if you haven't checked me out, please do.
Well, we recently did Fallout together. Jake, you, me, and we did Fallout for Mission Impossible, in which that was very fun. We do have an upcoming new video with Superman.
Who cares?
Why didn't I not see that coming?
I know. Keep going. What were you saying?
Well, we do have an upcoming for Superman Returns review, and we had a special guest, and we can't say anything yet, but it will be uploaded on Ryan's channel, which was awesome.
Special guest. A
Very,
very special guest.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was great. What about you? TJ? What you got coming up?
Next Wednesday, I have a short video dropping. It'll have the release date of my next film. So it's an announcement for the date of the film that's dropping later on this summer. That'll be out next Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So before we let me see, we got some comments real quick. Yeah. What up, man?
Hey, man.
Perfect timing. I was just telling the guys that next week we'll be dropping some news about what happened to the DVD man. So perfect timing.
He was going to
the
join us tonight,
co-director
actually.
and cinematographer of that film that we did together.
Yeah. He was going to join us tonight, actually, but he couldn't because he was at a wedding, so he couldn't join us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to come on tonight, too, because he'd been wanting to come on, but I was like, it'd be cool to have him on, have you on. I was like, yeah, but he said, dude, I can't. I got a wedding. I was like, all right, that's fine, man. I said, next time.
Gotta make that money.
Yeah. Part 5's coming up, man.
It'll be the last one.
And then, of course, he says, and then you got Cool to the Foolers.
So,
What up, man?
Is it Foolers or Fellas?
Cool to the fullest.
I think, cool to the fullest.
I'm just like wondering if I said that wrong. I'm just like,
No, you said it right.
You said it right.
And then, of course, it's like, and of course, it's them. And then, of course, so, I got, coming. I just did the Final Destination Bloodline. Next week we're doing Batman Terry, and then of course after that we're gonna do Final Destination 5, and then we'll be done with the series. Eventually we're gonna do a review for Bloodline. Even though
for all you know, that Final Destination Bloodlines might come out soon on VOD, and we might could do a watch party on that one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And also, yes, there will be a watch party eventually for Bloodline, so don't forget that. Yeah. And then of course, by the way, oh yeah, you did. By the way, have you seen his thumbnail? By the way, for Final Destination Bloodline, it's him on a lawnmower. It's a lawnmower on top of his face.
Yes, I did see that.
I think I did. Yeah,
best thumbnail I've seen so far. I was like, I was like Leonardo DiCaprio, Wolf of Wall Street meme. Like,
yeah,
I was like, that is the best thumbnail I've seen. I'm like, I was thinking, I hope to God that's not a real lawnmower, because
yeah, I can see it.
You're fucking dead. I was like, or you look like the. You see the skit? I did not see the skit.
Not yet.
I'm gonna watch it after though.
Oh man.
I mean, I just saw the lawnmower in the face. I'm like, that is so clever. That's so creative. I'm like, I like that. I love that so much. I just did the Final Destination watch party. We're doing Batman Terry soon, and eventually we're trying to get, if Jason's up for it, we're gonna try to do Talk in Silence within the next 2 weeks. And then of course, we just did Superman. We're gonna try to do Superman 2 soon, and that's about it. I really do appreciate you guys coming on, especially you, TJ. I know it's been a while since we tried to get him on before for like a part 2, but then you were like, well, it's the NBA Finals, and I'm like, and then I was like, well, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. Like, it's the NBA Finals. I was like, yeah. It's like, man, I can't come.
Yeah, no sports tonight. So
I was like, I actually did check my schedule. I was like, is it the NBA Finals? Is there any playoffs tonight or anything? I was like, I can see just to make sure. Where I even asked, I was like, I'm gonna check the space.
It was last minute, but it was still perfect timing. Yeah, I had nothing to do tonight. I had no plans.
Yeah,
so that was fun. That movie was a lot more entertaining with you guys.
He said he was just gonna watch. He said he was just gonna go watch some, of that that scene from part 4 over and over again. Why can't we be friends? Because he thinks it's just. There's still a stupid scene, but it's the funniest scene. It's like you see a guy's head, his head gets blown off, and his head's on fire. Like that's so dumb, but it's so funny. I do appreciate you all, Matt, Ryan, TJ. It's so great having you on. Thank you so much. If you can, give these guys a follow their channels. They're all great. Give them a subscribe to their channels. There will be a link in the comment after this video airs. And just, before we end the stream, we like to say one thing. There's one thing we ask that you do. Okay, one person that should always get an acknowledgement from us.
Sharpton for president, y'all. I'm outie.
Jesse Jackson.